Excluded from my sister's wedding, I went on a vacation. When the wedding fell apart, my whole family frantically tried to contact me. "You're overreacting. It's just a wedding," my mother said. I was not invited to my own sister's wedding. Instead, I booked a trip. Days later, my relatives blew up my phone. I sat there staring at my screen, reading the message for the 5th time. "Hey, just wanted to let you know the guest list is finalized and we had to make some tough cuts. Hope you understand. Love you. Tough cuts." Tough cuts. I wasn't some distant cousin. I wasn't an old family friend whom they hadn't seen in years. I was her brother. And my sister, the same sister I had helped through every crisis, heartbreak, and moment of self-doubt, had just cut me out as an afterthought. I glanced at the screen, a slow pang of disbelief spreading into my chest. I nearly laughed because this had to be a mistake. I picked up the phone and called my mother. She answered on the second ring, her voice cheery. "Hey, sweetheart, what's up?" I didn't bother making small talk. "I just got a message from Emily. She says the guest list is finalized and I'm not on it." There was a pause just long enough to confirm what I had already suspected. "Oh, honey," my mother sighed. She always used that tone to make me feel like I was being unreasonable. "It's just a wedding. Don't make a big fuss about this. Just a wedding." I felt a hot sting in my stomach. "Are you serious?" I asked, my voice unusually calm. "Mom, I'm her brother. How am I not invited to my own sister's wedding?" She made a tisk sound as if I were a child throwing a tantrum. "It's not personal. They had to keep the guest list short." "And Mom," I cut her off. "I just saw Emily's Instagram post. She invited 150 people." Silence, then a forced laugh. "Well, you know how things are. Weddings are pricey. And maybe they assumed you wouldn't mind skipping this one." I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. "Wouldn't mind?" I asked. "Mom, I've been there for Emily through it all. I helped her move twice. When she lost her job, we covered half of her rent, and I was the one who helped her get over her last breakup. But now, I'm not good enough to be there on her special day." "Oh, stop being dramatic," my mother remarked with a sigh. "It's just one day. You're overreacting." I laughed briefly and without humor. "Overreacting, right?" I could already predict how things would go. I would argue. My mother would brush me off. Emily would eventually give a half-hearted apology later. I'd be expected to forgive and forget because that is what I had always done. Not this time. Something inside me cracked. If I wasn't worthy of inclusion, then fine. I would not be. I hung up without saying anything and began browsing through my phone. If I wasn't going to Emily's wedding, then I was going to be somewhere much better. I was going on a vacation. The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. I wasn't the type of guy who got upset over petty matters. I had previously let a lot slide. Emily had repeatedly forgotten my birthday. She would only call me when she needed something. Our mother always wanted me to be the understanding one. Emily managed to get away with everything. But this was an entirely new level of disrespect. I wasn't going to sit around sulking while my sister and the rest of the family played happy little wedding without me. If I wasn't important enough to be included, then I wasn't important enough to be there when they needed me. I grabbed my laptop and started looking up flights. If Emily could have the happiest day of her life, then I planned to enjoy the best week of mine. It took less than an hour to arrange. I reserved all-inclusive accommodations at a 5-star resort in the Caribbean, a suite with an ocean view, spa treatments, and access to a private beach. I had always convinced myself that such a trip would be too expensive. Not this time. I wasn't just traveling for a holiday, I was making a statement. When the wedding weekend came around, I was already on a plane drinking champagne in first class. I made sure to upload a photo, legs stretched out, glass in hand, with this caption: "Guess I got cut from the guest list, but I think I'll survive." The reactions were nearly instant. Some of my cousins sent laughing emojis. My aunt, the only sensible member in the family, commented, "Good for you. Should have taken me with you." But the best reaction? That came from my mother. She sent me 3 texts in a row. "Mom, where are you? Mom, are you seriously missing your sister's wedding over this? Mom, you're being childish." Childish? I wasn't even close to finishing. I responded with a picture of the beach. White sand, turquoise ocean, postcard perfect view. Then I turned off the phone. I wasn't about to let them guilt me. Not this time. For the first time in years, I was not putting my family first. I was putting myself first. And it felt incredible. By the time I arrived in paradise, I had completely erased any lingering guilt. The moment I walked out of the airport, the warm ocean breeze brushed against me, carrying the scent of salt and tropical flowers. A private car was waiting to drive me to the resort. A sleek black SUV with chilled towels and bottled water in the back seat. Yeah, this was far better than a wedding. The resort was like something out of a dream. The lobby had towering palm trees growing inside, a massive open-air design that let in the sea breeze, and the kind of service where you were handed a cocktail before you even checked in. My room? Unreal. Floor-to-ceiling windows, a private balcony, and the most beautiful king-sized bed I'd ever seen. I tossed down my things, walked out onto the balcony, and just soaked it all in. Then, just to rub it in, I snapped a photo of the view and posted it with this caption: "When one door closes, another one opens, preferably to a beachside suite with unlimited margaritas." I knew it would reach my family, and honestly, I wanted it to, because for once, they could feel what it was like to be excluded. And I was only getting started. The first full day of my trip was simply wonderful. I began the morning with room service, which included fluffy pancakes, fresh fruit, and coffee that was so amazing it ruined every cup I'd ever tasted. Then I spent the entire day doing exactly what I wanted. No duties, no family drama, just me, the ocean, and a schedule devoted only to my own happiness. By the afternoon, I was lounging on a sunbed by the infinity pool, martini in hand, watching the waves roll in. Every so often, I'd glance at my phone, not to check in with my family, but to look at the growing amount of reactions to my vacation posts. The comments were gold. Cousin Jake, "Bro, where even are you?" Aunt Lisa, "Okay, now you're just showing off." An old college friend, "Dude, invite me next time." Finally, I received a notification that made me grin. "Emily saw your story." Oh, now she was paying attention. I could just imagine her expression, sitting in the bridal room sipping cheap champagne, scrolling through Instagram only to see me living my best life while she was stressed about her wedding. Good. I leaned back, took another sip of my drink, and thought, "Enjoy your special day, sis. I hope it's all you wanted." However, when the sun began to set, something unusual happened. My phone started blowing up. At first, I ignored it. I figured it was just more people reacting to my pictures. But then I noticed the names. Mom, Emily, Cousin Jake, even Uncle Rob, call after call. Texts flooding in nonstop. I raised an eyebrow and eventually opened my phone. The first text I saw was from my mother. "Call me. It's an emergency." Emergency? At the wedding? I sighed, debating whether I really cared. Then Jake sent another message. "Dude, you are not going to believe what just happened." Oh, now I was curious. I sat up and scrolled through the text, and I quickly realized that the universe had handed me the best wedding gift I could have ever wished for. Because, as it turned out, Emily's perfect wedding had gone down in flames. I skimmed through a flood of messages, my smirk growing with each one. Jake, "Bro, you dodged a bullet." Mom, "Call me right now. This is a family emergency." Emily, "Please, where are you? I need you." I stretched out in my lounge chair, took another sip of my cocktail, and kept scrolling. Then I came across a message that made me laugh out loud. According to Cousin Melissa, the groom had simply walked out. I almost choked on my drink. The groom left? Oh, this was better than I could have dreamed. Curiosity got the best of me, so I eventually texted Jake back. "What do you mean he left?" Jake: "Dude, during the reception, total meltdown. He and Emily had a huge fight and then he just stormed out. Straight up, left the venue." Jake again: "Oh." And then Uncle Rob and Dad started screaming at each other about who was ruining the family's reputation. Grandma cried. The venue cut the bar early. It's chaos. I leaned back, grinning. My sister had refused to let me attend her wedding, believing she didn't need me. And now, suddenly, I was the first person they all turned to. I could already hear my mother's voice in my head. "You need to fix this. Emily is heartbroken." "Yeah, no thanks." Then Emily herself messaged me. "Answer your phone, please. I need you." Oh, suddenly I mattered. I took a deep breath and typed back a single response. "Sorry, I'm a little busy, enjoying my overreaction. Hope the wedding was fun." Then I blocked her number. I blocked my mother. I blocked Jake too, just in case he got pulled into their guilt-tripping campaign. Then I set my phone to Do Not Disturb, waved over the bartender, and ordered another drink. Because while my family spiraled, I was in paradise. And for once, I wasn't bothered. The following morning, I woke up to the sound of waves crashing on the shore. The scent of sea and tropical flowers drifted through my open balcony doors. I stretched and yawned, and for one blissful minute I almost forgot about the chaos back home. Almost. Then I looked at my phone. Even though I had blocked most of my family, I still had more than 20 missed calls from unknown numbers. They were trying everything to get to me. Several voicemails slipped through. Against my better judgment, I pressed play. Mom's voice, frantic. "I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is not the time for one of your tantrums. Your sister is devastated and we need you here. This family needs to stick together." I rolled my eyes before deleting it. Next voicemail. Emily, sobbing. "I don't understand why you're doing this. You're my brother. I need you. Please just call me back." Deleted. The next one had me laughing. Jake, whispering like he was hiding somewhere. "Dude, Mom and Aunt Lisa are planning to show up at your apartment when you get back. Just a heads up. Also, Grandma keeps saying the wedding was cursed because you weren't there. It's hilarious." That one? I saved. I tossed my phone on the bed and stepped out onto the balcony. The sun had just risen, painting the ocean gold. I took a deep breath, letting the warmth sink in. Back home, my family was scrambling to clean up the disaster. Meanwhile, I was sipping espresso in a bathrobe, enjoying the best choice I'd ever made. And the best part? They were now feeling what I had felt when they cut me out, unwanted, ignored, forgotten. It was poetic. But I wasn't done yet. I took a photo of my breakfast, pancakes, fruit, and a mimosa so bright it could blind someone, and posted it with this caption: "Starting my day stress-free. Hope everyone back home is doing okay." Then, just for fun, I peeked at my blocked messages, grinned at all the missed calls, and ordered another mimosa. I had no intention of calling them back. Let them fix their own mess. I was on vacation. By midday, I was lying under a shaded cabana, sipping a tropical drink with an umbrella, when my phone buzzed again. This time, it was Cousin Melissa. "Okay, I know you're mad, and honestly, you deserve to be, but you have to hear what happened after the wedding. Call me. You're going to love this." I raised an eyebrow. Melissa had always been the only cousin with sense. If she said it was worth hearing, it probably was. So despite myself, I called her. She answered instantly. "Oh my God, you finally answered," she said, practically giddy. "Okay, are you sitting down?" I looked around my cabana, ocean in front of me, chilled drink in my hand. "Yeah, I think I'm in a good spot for this." Melissa laughed breathlessly. Okay. After the groom left, Emily had a complete meltdown. And I don't mean just crying. I mean yelling, screaming, throwing things at the wedding party. I smirked. Sounds about right. Melissa continued, voice bubbling with excitement. Everyone was trying to calm her down. Mom overheard Aunt Lisa say the disaster could have been avoided if you'd been there. I blinked. Wait, what? Melissa giggled. Yeah, she said you're always the one who fixes things when Emily spirals, that if you'd been present you would have talked sense into the groom or handled it somehow, like always. I burst out laughing. So, let me get this straight. The same family that banned me from the wedding is now blaming me for not being there to save it. Oh, it gets better, Melissa said. Mom told Lisa she was ridiculous, and they started fighting. Then Grandma got involved, saying Emily brought this on herself because she angered the universe by not inviting her brother. I almost spilled my drink laughing. Melissa was cackling too. Grandma told Emily, if you had treated your family better, you wouldn't be alone in your wedding dress right now. I leaned back, grinning. That's beautiful. Melissa went on. Oh, and Mom even tried contacting the groom's family to fix things. His mother just smiled and said, This is your problem now. I had to put down my glass before I dropped it from laughing so hard. So, where does that leave Emily? Melissa sighed, still crying, still blaming everyone but herself. Last I heard, she was scrambling to salvage the wedding with some kind of backup plan, but honestly, she's not coming back from this. I shook my head, smirking. You know the best part? What? I took a slow sip. I don't care. Melissa howled with laughter. Honestly, I don't blame you. I just thought you'd enjoy knowing karma handled it. Oh, I love knowing that, I said. Thanks for the update, Melissa. No problem. Enjoy your trip. And for the record, you did the right thing. I hung up, more satisfied than I'd felt in years. They wanted a wedding without me. And now, because of their own selfishness, they had a disaster instead. I lifted my drink in a toast to the best decision I'd ever made. Then I turned off my phone, leaned back, and let the sea breeze carry away the last of my guilt. For the rest of the day, I didn't even look at my phone. I booked a sunset cruise, let the warm wind wash over me, and ate a 5-star dinner by the shore. Meanwhile, my family was still picking up the pieces of Emily's wedding fiasco. And me? I was savoring the best steak I'd ever had. At some point, I thought maybe I should feel sorry for Emily. But then I remembered how easily she'd cut me out. Yeah, no. I raised my glass of wine, snapped one last picture of the view, and captioned it, 0 regrets. Finally, with a content smile, I put down my phone. Let them stew. I was done being their backup plan. The next morning, I woke feeling lighter than I had in years. No guilt, no stress, no last-minute family emergencies for me to fix. Just me, the ocean, and an entire day of peace. I stretched, ordered room service, and out of curiosity, turned my phone back on. Big mistake. Instantly, notifications flooded in. Mom, stop acting like a child and call me. Emily, I can't believe you're doing this. You're so selfish. Mom, again, this isn't funny. Emily is heartbroken. Do you even care? Unknown number, probably my aunt. We need to fix this family before it's too late. I groaned. It was almost funny how fast they shifted from ignoring me to expecting me to save everything. Then, one message caught my attention. Melissa, okay, I know you're ignoring everyone, but just so you know, your mom is trying to gather the family for a talk when you return. I nearly laughed out loud. Oh, they thought I was coming back like nothing happened. Not happening. I quickly replied, "Thanks for the warning, but I won't be there." Melissa: "Wait, what do you mean?" Me: "I'm extending my trip." They wanted to cut me out? Fine, I'm cutting myself off. I could picture her face, half shocked, half amused. A moment later, she replied, "That's iconic. Tell me everything when you get back, whenever that is, LOL." I grinned, opened my laptop, and with a few clicks officially extended my stay. Another whole week, no family, no drama, just me and the ocean. They had never let me have peace before, and now they couldn't stop me from taking it. Before heading out to the beach, I sent one last message to Mom and Emily. "Oh, so now you want me around? Sorry, I'm too busy enjoying my overreaction. Good luck fixing your own problems." Then, for the last time, I blocked their numbers. I set down my phone, ordered another drink, and let the sun warm my skin. No guilt, no tension, no regrets, just freedom. And it was the best decision I had ever made.
Thanks for watching up to the last. I hope you liked the video. If you do, then please make sure to subscribe to our channel to motivate us. Your one subscribe to us will motivate us so much to make more interesting content for you. Thank you so much again.